Hi guys, in this video I just want to take you through the modules, the slots, and which factions prefer, or which factions gravitate towards which types of modules. Now, which types of modules a faction gravitates towards is dependent on the slots that are installed on a ship. Now, if we look at my little swarm here, my swarm is rank 8. Empire Interceptor, it's a recon ship. Now you can see it's got 1 hull slot, 2 hull slot, 3 hull slot. Now remember, Empire ships, they like to hull tank, so it's no surprise to find 3 hull slots. If we go to a rank 7 Jericho ship, because Jericho we know like shields, so we find 1 shield slot, 2 shield slot, 3 shield slot, a capacitor slot and an engine slot. If we come back, engine slot, capacitor slot, 3 hull slots and a CPU slot. But the Empire ships have more hull slots. Jericho is going to have more shield slots. The Federation is going to be a combination. They may have more CPU slots, they may have more capacitor slots. The Federation is a little bit more interesting when it comes to ship building. Okay, so how is everything arranged? How are the modules laid out in this game? Now let me show you. If you come to the engine slot and you open it up and you just start looking at the names: collision compensator, vernier engines, catalyst injector, injector, auxiliary generator, we see these things tell us about maneuverability or speed. If we start to read it, we see the type is an engine modifier. Additional engine controller that reduces collision damage, increases rotation speed, maneuvering speed. So the engine slot is going to give us everything that has to do with speed or ship rotation or maneuverability or maximum speed. Tetrous oxide gives you acceleration. Tetroxide injector, tetroxide, I need to learn that word. It's a fun word to say, tetroxide, yes. Auxiliary generator, which also gives you speed. If we come to the capacitor, we know capacitor is a battery, and what do the ships need? They need energy, so ship batteries. That's what the capacitor slot does. If we come and look at it, leak stabilizers gives us a bigger capacitor, a bigger battery. Iridium heatsink, it's a nice thing. Additional energy conduit cooling increases rate of fire, which fits in the capacitor slot. Voltage regulator increases energy regeneration. Pulse discharger gives you more damage, but it reduces energy regeneration. So these are the kinds of trade-offs that you have to make. Like with a pulse discharger, you can get plus 7% damage, but you lose 9.9% energy regeneration. When you build ships, it's always going to be this balance, to keep it up, to balance your modules, because you need enough energy, you need enough damage, you need enough of everything at least to stay alive in the game. Now, we're looking at the Empire ship, of course, so hull slots, thermal insulator, EM insulation, reactive armor, these are all resistances for hull slots, armor plated hull. Once you start to see how these modules just fit together in the different slots, it becomes self-explanatory. When you go to the CPU, we're going to find something like spread reduction, additional criticals, bigger sensor ranges, enhanced scanner increases sensor range by 140%, overclocked CPU reduces target locking time by 69%. So you start to see how these modules affect how you're going to play your ship. Now, if you look at the bottom row here, we've got the active modules. Now, there are 9 different types of ship in the game. 3 kinds of interceptor, 3 kinds of fighter, and 3 kinds of frigate. Under the interceptors have recons, ECMs, and covert ops. For fighters, you have command ships, tacklers, and gunships. For frigates, you have engineers, long ranges, and guard ships. Now, every ship class has its own special module at the bottom here, and every ship class, remember, there's nine different ship roles, and every role has its own special modules. But they all share 5 modules. They all share the same 5 modules, and these modules are the IR flares, and then of course the shield booster and shield adapter, and then the repair kit, which is it works like the shield booster but for hull, and then the nano composite coating, which works like the shield adapter but for hulls. So if you look at these 5 modules, IR flares, shield booster, shield adapter, repair kit, nano composite coating, all the ships share these 5 modules. But then, like every ship has a special module. You see Recon has a special module micro warp engine, a fighter has a special module diffusion shield, long range special module guided torpedo, special module phase shield. They all have different active modules as well. Now my Swarm is an interceptor, it's a Recon interceptor. It's a Recon interceptor. So what it also has is spy drones, a phase modulator, a parasitic remodulator, microlocator. So it's got its own unique modules. If we read it, it says type microlocator group, Recon modules, ship type interceptor, Recon. If we go to the Katana, we look at shields, the active modules, and we look at one of these, the Aegis system. It says type active combat module, group, command modules, ship type, fighter, command. So we know that the Aegis system only works on command fighters. It will not work on any other ship but a command fighter. Similarly, a long-range active module like EM scattering field, it says ship type, frigate, long range. So you've got 9 different classes and 9 different unique sets of active modules, which is how you determine your experiences with the ships. Last but not least are the missile slots. Now here you will also find the same kind of thing. If you look at the mine layer, the 9 different kinds of ships all have their own different kinds of missiles, but not all of them are specifically unique. You know, many of these things are shared. Some ships have more of this, some ships have more of less of that, but mostly you will find mine layers only on long-range frigates, and on a Recon you will find a proximity mine. Let's just throw in an ECM, a rank 9 ECM, and look at what kind of missile we can get on an ECM. We have an energy neutralizing missile. Let's choose a different kind of ship, like a Styx, for example, an engineer. If we go to the missiles, you can see engineers have attack drones, ship type, frigate, engineering, special modules, their own special unique thing. Concerning the weapons, let me just get another interceptor back in here, the Swarm. Concerning the weapons, interceptors have their own weapons, pulse lasers, plasma guns, RF blasters, shrapnel cannons. Fighters, on the other hand, have their own weapons. All fighters share the similar weapons, but there are also special weapons that you need to look out for. A Takla has its own special weapon, for example, but these are the fighter weapons: ion emitter, singularity cannon, assault railgun, Gauss cannon. If you go to frigates, you will find that frigates have their own weapons: beam cannon, heavy blaster, positron cannon, coil mortar. Now these are all the basics about the modules and how the differences between the different factions. I'm Cutlery Duck. I hope this wasn't too boring. Thank you very much for watching.